I'm trying to get a big cloud coming down here. I'm going to try and put a little bit of brightness, right? You know, as you come right down here to all the blue changes, don't it, in the sky. So that's what I'm doing here. My next thing is to put some foreground in. And we'll keep it straight. Now we'll put that background in, which we do usually. It'll be a little bit of blue and light red. About here, is it? Now that will be fading out to a distant hill. Like that. With some distant hill in there. That's better. Dry it up. And now we can put some colour into the frontage here in the foreground. I think I'll put a little bit of red raw sienna into it. About here, wouldn't it, shall we? And then a little bit of our warm colouring again here. Well, let's just keep it at that. We don't want to go too far with this one. Now we have to bring in some darks with our browns. We'll put a couple of trees in which we had here. And we'll have them come into here. That one. We'll just bring a little bit of brown into places. Oh, that's fine. A little bit of a burnt umber. And that's it for that. So now we want our trees. So here we go. I'll start off with a sienna. Now the trees, we'll just bring it into here. Okay, so now we can add some dark in. That's better because it's a bit drier. Okay, so here we go again. Now what I've done here, I've brought the trees higher. Oops. Now what I've done here, I've took the trees higher. Whether it'll make any difference, I don't know, but so that's what I've done, and see if it'll make it look any better. Although there's too many branches in, really. I've made a mistake again. Too many branches. We tend to overbranch, that's the trouble. Overbranching. I don't think you would see that many branches in winter on the tree like that. What do you think? Am I thinking the wrong thing? What I've done, I think I've overbranched. I don't know. I may have. Seeing when you put the mount on, it reaches a bit higher still, doesn't it, really? So maybe that was the cut-off there, about that. About 2 inches from the top in this particular one. But an overbranched, that could come out if you've overdone it on that Allen. Now this was you see what was wrong with this one? This here area, and these should have been up to this distance there. You admit, and this shouldn't have been here. It should have been blended in more lower like this. Can you see what I mean? But some of these branches are wrong as well. See, the branches shouldn't... There's a pattern to trees. How the branches, when they get at such a distance, how they part. I'll see, now can you see that is straight and that is a little bit off. And that could have, the other one might come halfway up there, you see. If you're analysing it, which I tend to do with painting, I try to see what is wrong in the pattern, because I work to patterns, don't I? You know me by now, I try and work to a pattern. As I say, see, it would be light, it's lighter coming at the bottom of the tree, but That was if it had plenty of... See, it's a little bit there. 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 See, let's just put that, overshadow that bit. Go behind there. Now, it's not necessarily to have the drawing perfect, but the trees are important. More important than you imagine. I know they grow in all directions, but nature has a funny way of making things look right, what are actually wrong. Because there's certain things you don't notice yourself, but what's there, they're there, but you don't notice them. But afterwards, if you don't put them in a tree, like here, where you get rounded it between the two branches at that point, things like that. See, this is a little bit... See, that's better. See, this one. Even the little things I do are making it look that little bit better. See, that wants to be a little higher. That may come across that one to there at the other side. Maybe that's better. But Mr. Weston, he used to put he would put a yellow ochre tree between, wouldn't it? Especially in winter scenes. Now this is or a Rossella, like this kind of thing. Probably a little bit further back. I'm just giving you ideas. Now if you cut this here, you could put a pond here, just before there, put a nice pond, but you see the darkish blue coming into the light blue just here. Ted's way of doing it, it was good, beautiful way. I'm not saying it's what it's what I think that Ted's sort of way of doing it. I'm not saying I know anything about that. I don't know anything about it. It's funny as he was in Port-Fired. I didn't know many had been in Port-Fired. That's when you stop at in the Suez Canal, you know, through it. He was in the clamp there at Port-Fired. It's across. It's just across from Port's-Head. It was all sand when I was there, just nothing but sand. What am I going on about? And he was there, wasn't he, Ted, for the war. I was just after the war there. But it's still there, the camp then, just at Port-Fired. Any guys who were there, they've been there again till the 90s now, haven't they? 93, 94 might have been there. Age I'm talking about. You see, I'm talking when I was using dark colours to get this light. This is that very light. Can you see the edge of it? You see this umber here, this burnt brown, dark brown? This light here is that, with plenty of water in. You see it there at the edge? Well, when I'm saying I put dark to get light, I mean I use dark paint to get light colours. You with me? And I'll give you a thing, the lightest colour in brown you can get is made out of burnt umber or Van Dyke. As a lad I used to mix paints for a paint firm. I was an apprentice and I was indentured and had a certificate, and I went to art school for a long time after that. And my favourite shop was this old shop, and all it sold was powders and pastes. Van Dyke paste, Van Dyke crystals, a bucket full of crystals. Like he had all these big buckets filled with all different powders. Oh yeah, all different powders, like mostly what the earth colours like. And also what we used to do, sometimes if you're working on a pub, a hotel, the sellers would like, they wanted them a little bit on a creamy colour. Do you know you put powdered yellow ochre into the lime? You know, a white lime? We used to get big lumps of it and we would let it down. And if you were doing the white farmhouses outside, white, I'll tell you. You get your lime, and what you do, if you put milk in it, whole milk, it goes up to a thick, like yellowyish, so it's lovely to put on with a brush, and it flows on. But you get your white lime for doing your outside, your toilets, anything on your farmhouse, and you can put what colour of powder you want in. But the main thing is milk. Whole milk. Put some of that in, and it goes lovely. And you could even, now we've got rollers and all, but it does go on. It goes on lovely. Fills all the cracks up and all the lumps what you get in the bricks of the farmhouse outside. And you bleach out in the sun. Also, you put a little bit of Dolly Blue in it if you want it on a bluey cast. Do you know Dolly Blue? Then were like, one time you could buy these Dolly Blue squares and put them in your washing for your husband's white shirts. Whenever they all wore white shirts on a Sunday, didn't they? And the wives used to put these Dolly Blues in. And cobalt blue, dead on cobalt blue the colour, and it's in a little square like an oxo square, and they used to drop them in. They're called Dolly Blues. Remember that one? Oh, hey, I'll have to leave you now, lads and lasses, but I hope you like this one. I'll see you for now. Ta-ra.